The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Hello. Welcome back to the Player versus Podcast. I'm your host, Gerald, joined here with some lovely familiar faces.
It's your boy Josh back in the building here again for the third time. What's good, everybody?
And once again, on your disembodied voice, I'm Angel.
Disembodied voice.
They can't see my face. So.
Today is a very special episode of the podcast.
Very much so.
I would like to begin with a moment of silence for the passing of the man, the myth, the legend, Akira Toriyama. May he rest in peace.
Okay.
So, on the topic of Akira Toriyama, he is known mostly for Dragon Ball, but, I want to ask you guys if you are aware of his other works that are also very popular.
Very much so. I played one of his one of his very best game series that he's done with Square Enix, which is Dragon Quest. He's done 11 for what I know, and it's a really good series. I really enjoyed it. Which is, if you don't know what Dragon Quest is, it's basically just a really good not JRPG, but like a regular good RPG where you have this one hero going on this really awesome quest, and just defeating these villains and everything. It's just a really good game, and it has a really nice story and artwork to it. It's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up with something a little less common from him, and that's Chrono Trigger. It's similar to Dragon Quest as it's more of an RPG, but it's more with time travel. The story behind it is really good, and it would be very hard to explain to a person who's never heard of Chrono Trigger because time travel is a confusing concept itself. But the most memorable thing I remember for Chrono Trigger was the cutscenes. Oh my goodness, if Chrono Trigger was an anime, those cutscenes would fit right in.
Is there not a Chrono Trigger anime? I feel like there is. I just don't know if it's out there.
Maybe not. I haven't heard of one.
I want to
Well, we don't need to hypothesize about any, Chrono Trigger anime this, Dragon Quest that, because we all know there's one major piece of media that we all treasure that this one man created, and that's Dragon Ball.
Yes.
So, I don't know about you guys, but Dragon Ball isn't just that really cool anime with a lot of good fight scenes and some good characters. It is instrumental for anime as a genre and shonen as, in general. It has inspired waves of generations of different mangaka to pick up a pen and pencil. It has inspired generations of people, not just artists, but just regular people. And, the concept of self-improvement being tied to a martial arts anime is obviously very impeccably done by Toriyama. And the comedy is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
it inspired every Hispanic person out there. It's inspired to work out and get up in the morning.
Hispanic and Asian.
Oh, yeah. Okay, can't forget
tied
those guys.
Together.
Tied
Goku. It's true.
It inspired me as well. I love the anime. It's so good. It was a movement. It really was. And when Z ended, it was kind of an end of an era. And then Super came out, and people have mixed emotions about it, in my opinion. What do you think about Super?
I think that Dragon Ball Super, despite having a very, very, and I don't say this lightly, very rough start, still carried the momentum of the original. Yeah. I mean, you had all of Mexico illegally streaming Goku versus Jiren in town squares, in pubs, in restaurants. You can't, no other anime does it like Dragon Ball, period.
Nope.
What's crazy about Dragon Ball is that wasn't it the original Dragon Ball was just like basically like a training arc for Goku, and basically it was basically training up to like a martial arts tournaments, and it turned into like multiple martial arts tournaments for Goku. And then like in Z, it just flipped the table and just like, hey, this Goku's an alien. You guys alien brothers, all that stuff. Isn't that basically what happened?
It's just it's Journey to the West, which is a very anthologized story from China, and it has a lot of ripples. Not just in Dragon Ball, which is directly inspired by that story, but in other media in general. But what I think really endears people to Dragon Ball specifically is that Akira Toriyama and the way he draws, the way he panels in his manga is just, it was always ahead of his time and continues to be ahead of this time. I mean, I love One Piece, but Oda's not paneling as well as Toriyama.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, no, his animations, well, his art was really ahead of its time, and it really shaped what anime is supposed to be. Look who arrived. The man, the myth, the legend.
Finally got a sticker.
It's the man of
did
the
you actually
hour.
get a sticker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
It's the man of the
After
hour.
all that waiting, I would hope so.
All right.
Good to see you,
Ryan,
dude.
To catch you up, we were talking about Akira Toriyama.
Oh, yes.
So, what Akira Toriyama works are you familiar with? And, we just would like to hear your opinion on some of them.
Well, I've watched all of Dragon Ball. I've played a few of the Dragon Quest games. Watched and played the Blue Dragon series.
Okay.
And I've seen a little bit about the new one, the Sand thing. But that's about it.
Sandland, I believe.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Sandland. There was a manga. I got volume 1. I got a copy of volume 1 when I went to Comic-Con to go play the demo for it. It's a pretty decent game. It plays well. It runs smooth. I'm just waiting for it to come out and just see how it is. Its story's interesting. It follows aliens and just an alien just coming into the desert and just escaping these certain mobs. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. All right.
It's interesting though.
I think that Dragon Ball will continue to permeate the consciousness of pop culture and culture as a whole, but now that Toriyama's
Passed
gone,
away,
he's passed away. What direction would you like to see the series go? I know they did a trailer for like Kid Goku again.
Yes.
Everyone's a kid
Daima,
basically. And they have great animation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the story is, but I hear it could be good.
Yeah, it was called Dragon Ball Daima, I think it was.
Yes,
yeah, it was,
Dragon Ball
interesting.
Daima. It was the last thing Toriyama worked on.
And then there's doing Sparking Zero, I think it was called.
That's supposed to be coming out soon,
that's
along
Sparking
with
Zero.
Dragon Quest 12.
Okay.
And was that officially announced yet?
Yes, Dragon Quest
Really?
12 was officially announced. They don't have a release date, but they had the little teaser image. I forget which.
When was this?
It was a bit ago.
Oh, I was actually not in the know of that. That's actually I might look that up afterwards.
Yeah.
All right.
They announced that it's going to come out because we've been waiting for Dragon Quest 12 for what, like 4 years now? When was DQ11? When did that come out? It came out a while ago.
2015.
Was it that long
No,
ago?
It can't be that
No,
long.
I think it was either 2016 or something. I don't remember.
No. I think it came out 2017.
2017.
2017. That's still
July
long time.
29th, 2017.
Okay, 2017.
Yeah,
okay.
I got it.
You got it.
off
You got
by
it,
2
yeah.
years. Okay, yeah.
That was so long.
That's
time
still
ago.
long ago. Yeah.
That is a long time.
But yeah.
We're old.
Yeah.
We're old.
You're telling me.
Feel like a fossil.
Oh,
I feel
bro.
like a relic.
25 feels like 52, dog. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I just turned 21
Oh,
recently.
my old bones.
I,
The
just-
old bones.
I feel what adults feel now. My aching back.
You have no clue.
Oh man, that's so good.
I mean, we're gonna miss him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's rest in peace.
The impact he had. On
When I first heard, I
multiple
was like, "That's
countries.
not. There's no way." I was like, "There's
It's
no
not
way.
real.
I
It
thought it
can't
was
be.
real. And I looked it up. I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
I had to
Ew.
fact check it so much because I'm like, there's no way this got posted. There's
But-
no way this is real.
But did y'all see like the country leaders and like country tributes to him, like the French Prime Minister did a tribute to Akira Toriyama.
That's pretty sick.
That's impactful.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's how much he's touched so many people across the world.
I already know somewhere deep in the heart of Mexico, they're gonna erect that one Goku statue from the end of Z.
Yes.
And it's gonna say a tribute to Akira Toriyama and his fantastic work.
Now hear me out. You know the famous Walt Disney statue of him holding hands with Mickey?
Yeah.
I need
Yes.
Toriyama holding hands with Goku
Yeah.
in the middle of Mexico City, please.
The thing about that is we actually don't have a recent photo of Akira Toriyama.
We have a fairly recent one of him in the tracksuit that's been floating around.
How long ago was that?
That was probably like
Also, it
10
doesn't even
years
show
ago.
his face, does it?
No, it does.
It does?
It does. Yeah, it's
Okay.
full high quality.
All the
Wow.
images I looked up had it like blurred out or censored.
No, there's been one that's been floating around.
Mm,
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He's up there with
He-
legends.
He's in King Kai's planet right now.
King Kai, he's
He
training.
did
He's
Snake
training?
Way. He's chilling
training.
with the Kais.
He's gonna come back. I feel like.
Be amazing if we could get the Dragon Balls. Use Shenron's
Just gonna get the
power.
Dragon Ball.
We'll
I have the
wish him back.
I have the radar right here, bro. We can find him.
Yes.
It makes me so sad. I mean, I saw an artwork. I don't know the tag of this person's Twitter, but it depicts Kazuki Takahashi, creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Miura, the creator of Berserk, and Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, just all chilling in heaven, about to have a showdown.
Oh yeah,
using
I know what
Great
you're talking
Dragon
about.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I saw
I know
that
what you're talking about.
It
I
just
just-
makes me so sad that all these amazing, talented artists are passing away. They're gone. Makes me feel old, and it makes me look at what's currently out there. Not saying they're bad, because I think that there's plenty of talent out there, but I don't know, man. These are legends that have shaped so many childhoods.
I feel like my
100%.
childhood is dying rapidly.
Very much so.
I just want it all to be preserved properly. That's all I care
Yeah.
about.
Need to.
Yeah.
But nothing lasts forever.
Nothing
Yeah.
lasts forever.
Ain't that the truth?
Unlike
Oh.
Unlike.
the Toyota made Miraidon, which will last forever as the
Will it?
silliest thing they constructed.
Yo,
Wow, what a segment change.
yeah, that was a segment change.
That's an
That was a
interesting
change.
one.
Wait,
Hey man, I
what?
was ready to shift into gears because that
yeah.
bike has got me thinking Kamen Rider.
I haven't seen.
Yeah, no,
that.
people. I
Oh.
saw people on Twitter actually comparing it to
I'll
the Kamen
show you
Rider
a picture
bikes.
of it.
It looked interesting.
It's a really good replica too. It's shocking that Toyota of all companies decides to hey, let's just make a real life Pokemon bike.
Is it shocking?
To
The
me,
Japanese
Oh.
car
Japanese
company
country.
Is it real?
and Pokemon, the biggest grossing media franchise that's in Japan, team
Yeah.
up to do something like this.
I will remind everyone also that Pikachu was the FIFA Japan team World Cup mascot.
Yeah, I think it totally makes sense for them to do something like
That
that.
looks sick.
It
Yeah, that's
does.
awesome.
It's really well
Holy.
made.
That's just a gimmick bike in Kamen Rider. Like you showed, they will have that bike show up for 2 episodes and never again.
Yeah.
But it's a cool reference.
But it's a cool reference.
I feel like this
That's
is gonna
all
be
that
like
matters.
trailer material. Someone's gonna make a Pokemon trailer just riding this Mariah
Probably,
bike.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's
If it's
probably
functional,
why
that'd be sick to
It would
ride.
be amazing. If it
I
was functional.
imagine it's functional. If
It
they
has to be.
Yeah, it doesn't have
I-
to be.
it
It could just
doesn't
be a
have
show
to.
model.
But I think it wouldn't hurt to have it function.
I think what's cool though is that they actually made the eyes functional. Like they made the LEDs functional.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty.
I
That's
can
pretty
see it from
sick.
the picture. That's so cool.
And this is why Pokemon Violet's the better version.
Oh.
Indeed.
Real,
Indeed.
real.
Still haven't played Scarlet and Violet, so I can't say. But
Oh, it's okay.
I like the VTuber gym leader. She's
Yeah, of
cute.
course you do.
She's cute.
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
cute. She gets super chats in the middle of the gym.
That's-
hour.
that was-
That's
that's
actually kinda cool.
That was pretty cool when I saw it.
I
but-
will
but
say
it's
this: I
pretty sick.
may not like her, but her battle gimmick was really good. I still don't like her ace. I still don't like it, but I won't say who it is just for the sake of you.
It's been years.
Yeah,
I
I've
know,
I've seen the Pokemon.
It's been
Okay,
2
so are you
years.
sure you want me to tell you?
It's a Pokemon game. What are you spoiling? The stories aren't that They're not
that's
that
it.
deep.
It's not black and
It's
white
not
too,
really
like
talking
the
about-
story. You know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
really telling you about the story. We're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
more about the battles.
I
Her
don't
Mischievous
care.
was stupid.
Miss Magius, which
Thank
is
you.
better.
Miss Magius was stupid. I swear to God, I was
has
not ready for that.
levitate and tears into electric.
Oh,
Yes,
that's cheap.
that was the
That is
one.
very cheap.
That was
And-
the one thing I was not ready for.
She's meant to be like the third gym leader.
Oh.
So, to be fair though, early electric type gym leaders rock your world in almost every
Lieutenant
Pokemon.
Surge.
Lieutenant Surge. I still remember when I was young.
Watson,
Watson was-
Iona, like those are Nuzlocke run killers. Like they will mess you up.
I remember
Unlike
my
the other
first-
two, at least you have a choice to go after Iona. You can just wait.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, what were you gonna say?
I remember my first Nuzlocke in Emerald when I was like in high school. Oh boy.
You didn't know
The- Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
But what was the rival's name? Wally.
Wally.
The Wally into Watson, that was a huge difficulty change. He had a Magneton, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That Magneton destroyed me.
That Magneton was a ton.
Yeah. So true.
He had Voltorb, Magneton, Manectric,
The Manectric
and
was also annoying,
Electric.
too.
He's like, for most Gen 3 Nuzlocke runs, he's like the choke point. Like, you
Yeah.
will lose a lot of runs to Watson
If you're not prepared.
if you're not prepared.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to be prepared.
There's
It's
not-
either you pick Mudkip and evolve it, or you just cry in a corner.
Because you can't go forward to the desert, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
He blocks that path.
Yeah. Because if you could just get a trap pinch or something and
Right.
cheese him.
But the
Nope.
only good early ground type
Is Marshall.
available is the starter. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Yep.
Pokemon, did you know Pokemon actually does game design?
I
Would you
know,
look
right?
at that?
Yeah,
They
I
have
was
looking
some
at
that.
difficulty.
Yeah, they actually make it difficult.
The
Well,
rival battle
that's
for
the
that too
old.
was
That's
hard.
the old games. The modern ones are too easy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I challenge you to play Gen 7 because those games had really good boss
Yeah,
battles.
no,
Sun
Gen
and
7
Moon.
Sun-
Sun,
Totem
okay, I will
Pokemon
say
were
Sun and
hard.
Moon. Sun and Moon is up there with like good difficulty. I played Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. I get you.
And I would argue for Scarlet and Violet's DLC, that difficulty
Yes!
was really good.
Yes. If it wasn't for the DLC, I would have said that Scarlet Violet was nothing. It
Yeah,
was
I never
way too
played it,
easy.
but
But the
I
DLC,
heard it was
it
good.
changed that.
I challenge
It's
you.
really good.
I challenge you to play through Sword and Shield without Gigantamaxing or Dynamaxing.
Done.
I did.
Oh, you
And
did?
it's boring.
Oh.
And I hate it.
That's
did you
fair.
grind often or no?
No.
No?
There's an experience share.
Yeah, I know.
Like, listen, I got to the 8th gym in Sword and Shield, and I just stopped playing. I was like, I don't have fun. Like, there's no
That's fair.
story.
Yeah,
the gym
that
battles
is what
are
really
boring.
killed it.
The towns are empty, and they're just fake hallways. I don't care for this game.
I don't even think the DLC helped it
champion
either.
battle was kind of no. I think the DLC was actually pretty decent.
I don't care
The
enough
first
to
one,
get
the,
the DLC.
the first one, the Isle of Armor one.
Leon was kind of underwhelming in my opinion. I feel like.
Without Dynamaxing and Gigantamaxing, his team's actually pretty competent.
I think Leon gets his saving grace from the battle tower as
Yes.
like the tower's final boss, which sure makes sense. A lot of champions get like an extra round where they're just beefed up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fair enough to Leon. He's still fairly competent even in his first fight, but
I
Yeah.
mean, Sword and Shield was mid.
Damn,
Yeah.
they hit with character design though.
Yeah.
Okay, that
I
I'll
give
give.
it that. I give
The
him
character
that.
designs are good, but it can only give a game so much credit.
It's true.
Only.
maybe hot take, but
What's that?
I don't know what the love is for Marnie besides the design because her personality is non-existent.
It's non-existent. You are so correct, but it's a punk rock girl
Who has a fan base, mind
and
you.
a cool older brother.
But that's the thing. The older bro is so much cooler
Pierce
than
is
her.
so
He
much
is.
cooler
Yeah,
than
he's
Mario.
pretty
Pierce is much
cooler.
cooler.
Pierre is kind of a cool guy.
And no one talks about him.
Yeah, no one talks about him.
Why?
But it's because Marnie is a waifu. Let's just be real.
No, she's not.
No.
No, cut that. Cut that.
Yeah,
cut
no,
What do you
that.
mean
yeah,
cut
no,
that
we're
from the
not- we're not-
script?
we're not
What do you
doing-
mean cut that
We're
from the
cutting
script?
that.
That's the reason.
No,
No,
you
Yo,
have-
you all
Wait.
might-
You literally-
all might.
shut up. Your professor for that region is a
Wait,
grown woman that is
Sonya
meant to
is
be
a
attractive.
lot better.
She literally twirls
True.
her hair like,
Yeah, I get that. I
And
get
you're-
that.
What's
get that.
wrong with you?
Wait,
people?
I'm just saying.
I'm just stating.
so good.
Let me put my 2 cents in here. It's probably not because of her being a waifu. It's probably due to her theme.
You could just say she's cute.
That
That's
comes with the waifu territory. Yes, it does.
No, it's not.
You people don't understand.
No.
All right, we're
You're
cutting
just
this segment.
denying
She's
it.
We're
not
cutting
waifu
this.
We're
material.
cutting off.
Just denying the truth.
We're
I'm
not-
sorry.
we're not
No,
hearing
no,
this.
no,
I'm
no.
sorry.
No,
It's
no,
the truth.
no, no,
Oh my
no,
goodness.
no.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. So
Moving on.
moving on,
Moving
because
on.
that became a dumpster fire.
That's crazy. They hated me because I spoke the truth.
Wait, no, I don't want him to cut it. I want to be
You're going into the
clippable.
They hate it because I spoke the truth.
Nah, fam, I'm about to
If
put
he
you
does,
in the
if they do
dumpster
cut it,
fire.
I do have the raw footage.
Crazy.
Listen,
Crazy.
in my opinion,
What's that?
there's no reason when Gen 9 has such fantastic beauties like Katie and Rika. Like, yeah. Yeah, right?
I can't speak.
I was trying to figure out if Rika was one or the other, if you know what I mean.
What?
They look androgynous, yes.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
That's,
Yeah.
anyway, this is
Either
this
way.
is
I
back
see
back
why.
to the
Yeah,
cool
we
ride
back-
on
Yeah, no, I was gonna say we
back-
kind of drifted away from that
back
a
on
lot.
topic.
Do you think they should make a core ride-on bike that has more? Obviously, they would have to do something with the texture to make it look more, for lack of a better term, scaly, like dragonic. But you know, I could see it working. You know, make it like leather padded with some rough, I don't know, sandpaper.
That'd be interesting.
It'd be
That
cool.
would be interesting too, but the thing is that I think they would have to see Koraidon in like a different way, considering that Koraidon is a little bit more animalistic than Miraidon is supposed to be. So they might have to take a different turn with it.
You wanted to just be a guy in a suit?
That would be hilarious.
That'd be hilarious.
I would love that. That would be
Horrifying.
amazing.
That'd be
That
funny.
would be horrifying.
He just-
No,
Someone will
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it. Someone's
that'd
gonna
be
do it.
funny.
someone's going to.
You have Miraidon, like the most picture perfect replica, and then for Koraidon, it's just a
It's
guy
just a
standing
guy in a
up
suit,
in a
just
suit,
like-
doing
Just
the
a guy in
Godzilla
a
pose.
That'd be so
Oh,
good.
man.
Like the costumes from a dollar store.
Yeah.
It'd be like this, Mommy, I want a Koraidon. Oh, honey, we have Koraidon at home.
It'd just be like one of those, like, you know, like those horse costumes that people wear. With
Yes!
I know what you're talking about.
Yes,
That'd
exactly
so
that.
amazing.
That'd be amazing.
That's not the direction I was thinking of. Probably make it like an animatronic or something. That could be it.
They could.
It wouldn't be functional.
It
as a
wouldn't.
bike,
Yeah, it
though.
would not. be
5
functional.
nights at Koraidon.
No,
5 nights
no.
at
Oh, no.
We're not getting into that.
Freddy's.
No.
Hold
No.
on. Hear me out. I'm stealing this from the Pokemon community. You're welcome.
What?
5 turns of Trick Room.
I hate you. I know what you're talking. I seen that image.
monster.
I seen that
crazy.
image. I know what you're talking about.
Monster.
Oh my gosh.
I know exactly what what picture you're talking about.
Lovely.
Yes.
So-
I actually do have a question now.
What's up?
So if they was to mass produce that Koraidon bike, how much do you think you'd pay for one?
That would be expensive.
20 grand.
20 grand.
Only 20 grand?
You
I
sure?
think it'd be more.
I would
It's
say
a
50
it's a
grand.
gimmick bike.
I
that's
could,
true.
I don't know, like 35 grand.
50
Probably
grand.
like around like 35, 40 probably. I think Gerald's really right. I think 50 would be a little too much because they still want to sell
you'd
it.
rather get a Miraidon bike other than like a Tesla or something like that for 40 grand? or
Yes.
something like that?
Yes. I'm not giving Elon any money.
That's fair.
I hate
I'd
Elon
rather
Musk.
look cool. I'd rather look
I really like motorcycles ever since I've been a kid. It's just that growing, like, I've seen people ride motorcycles in the Dominican Republic, and they get into so many accidents
It's the same
that
as
I'm
Philippines.
like,
God.
I'm never, it made me never want to ride one. But in a hypothetical situation in which the Miraidon bike has AI better than a Tesla, sure, let me hop aboard.
It's the same in the Philippines, same way. People
Yeah.
on motorcycles and then
You know
scooters
what?
and stuff.
That
Start
do
thinking
be
about
wild.
it now. It would be cool if Toyota makes like a tiny version of this bike, and it would be like those like kind of like a Segway situation. You know what I mean? Like another like electric bike situation. It'd be
That'd
so
be
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
actually, I'd like that.
It'd probably be easier to mass produce also.
Yeah,
It'd
exactly.
be much cheaper.
I mean,
How much would that one be then?
that? It's harder to say.
Screw it, just make a entire line of Pokemon transportation Toyota themed vehicles.
Well, that would be sick.
Oh, I
That'd
love
be
that. I
nice.
would totally love
Give
that.
me the Hydreigon fighter plane.
What?
Why not?
Out of all the things to want.
Yeah, that's
The
a
Mega Salamence.
that's an interesting thing to ask
VTOL,
for.
come on now.
The
fair.
Whale Lord, just
Zeppelin.
plane. Just plane.
Oh.
Oh, I guess Zeppelin, but those don't really exist.
They don't exist that
Oh,
much anymore.
a
True.
Whale Lord blimp.
Yeah, Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not gonna dispute whether it is or isn't because I don't care. But,
Yeah.
you know,
I want Ultra Beast spikes now.
Ultra V.
Ultra V spikes.
Whoa.
I just want them back in the games, man.
Yes!
My boy Buzz Swole.
My boy Buzz.
I want
my,
Zerkatree back. Give me the
Yeah,
funny
that's a good
lights.
one, yeah.
That's also a good one, yeah.
I will
Oh,
just say
man.
this: Buzzwole is best Ultra Beast. I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
But yeah, no. Toyota made a bike. I'm a ride-on bike. So,
It's really
so talking about Nintendo, Mario Day was yesterday, guys.
Oh, yeah, true.
My favorite holiday.
Do
No.
not care, but go on.
What?
Not really a
You don't
Nintendo
care?
Okay,
guy.
hold
No,
on.
no, no,
This
no.
one meant something this year.
This one, they Nintendo announced something that's very interesting.
Can I say?
All right.
You can.
Let me
you can
take
say
the
it.
reins
you
here.
Can say it, yeah.
Mario Day this year, I wouldn't say was the best, but it's the most anticipated. Not only do we get release dates for both the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake and the Luigi's Mansion 2 re-release, we also got a date for a Mario movie too.
Yeah.
We're getting a sequel, baby.
Yeah,
All right.
Illumination
So
announced that. Well, not Illumination. Nintendo announced that
They're making a sequel.
they're making a sequel
which
to
will
Mario
be in
2.
like
They haven't announced. They haven't
2015?
gotten some more.
2025?
What?
Is it releasing next year or
No,
2 years?
No, it's coming out in April 3rd, 2026.
Yep, 2 years.
Which, in my opinion, that's a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
That's
Kudos.
really good
Alright.
time. I'm excited.
question
too.
though. I mean, I
Yeah.
grew up playing the Thousand Year Door, but there's a lot of things in that game that would not fly in Nintendo of today. And if they censor any of these, it's gonna make me sad. Like,
Can
what
you
about
give an example?
like at the in the starting town, the first thing you see is like those the gallows. You see a gallows, like the hanging
For real?
stand.
Oh, right. A
And-
noose.
Well, it's not a noose,
No,
it's the gallows.
gallows
No, no, no,
It's a
gallows.
whole
Yeah,
thing.
gallows.
Gallows is
Like-
different than a noose. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's public execution, and as a child, you don't
know
care
what
about
that
that
is,
stuff.
yeah.
I knew what it was, but it's cool
Well,
to have it in my Mario game.
I mean,
Yeah,
they,
it would be
they
weird if they
got rid of
censored
the
it.
murder room.
Listen,
they got rid of that.
I played Thousand Year Door when I was watching One Piece. I knew what the gallows were.
Okay, yeah.
Fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is
Are you
fair.
scared that's going to get removed?
They might
I-
just censor it in general.
But that's what I'm
No.
saying. Like the
Yeah.
charm of the game is all this insane background details that you don't think about until you do, and then you realize, man,
What a place.
that's crazy they put that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the dragon bosses is very perhaps into feet. And there's also a
Oh.
Peach
Wait,
shower
what?
scene. And you know
Uh-huh.
what? There's a
Base.
lot of things in this game that I just don't want censored.
The thing
okay?
is that the dragon, at first, I actually didn't know much about dragon. I'm like, so it's a normal guy having a feet fetish. Then when I fought the other dragon, I'm like, it's a girl dragon having a feet fetish.
We're talking about
Whoa.
gallows. We're talking about foot fetishes. I thought we were talking about Mario over here,
This
dog.
is but that's the
That's-
Mario
that's funny,
I
though.
grew up
That's
with.
funny though.
Yes.
I didn't grow up with a Mario game.
I
I
grew
didn't
up-
play that.
I grew up with Pokemon. Okay.
I grew up with Pokemon as well and Fire Emblem.
I grew up with a
No
lot
one
of
talks
things.
about
And
Fire
I grew up with
I love
Skylanders
Fire
too.
Emblem.
I could not name a single 10-year-old from my childhood who knew what Fire Emblem was, aside from
Exactly.
Smash.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is
that's
actually
very
good.
fair.
That's the same with Earthbound. I bet no
Okay,
child would know what Earthbound is unless they played Smash.
Unless it's in Fortnite either.
The thing is that Earthbound, it wasn't released in the West for until very recently, right?
Well, Mother 3.
Mother
But
3.
the original Earthbound with Ness and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was released.
That was released to the
That
West.
was released.
Yes. That was
Really?
the
I didn't
only
know
one
that.
that was released in the
We
West.
got Ness. We didn't get Lucas.
Oh, I didn't know
Earthbound
that.
Beginnings and Mother 3 did not release to the West for like a long time. And people won't shut up about, hey, give us Mother 3. Reggie himself had to go on Twitter and tell us, shut up. We're not giving you Mother 3. And it had the goal to release it on Nintendo Online on Japan.
Well, yeah, because
insane,
it was released in Japan already. So.
I know, but it just like,
All
that's
the
a
Fire
slap in the
Emblems were
face
also-
right there.
All the Fire Emblems were also released on the Japan Switch Online shop, not
All
in
of
the
it?
West. Yes, FE 1 through 6.
Yeah, but are any of those games good?
Yes,
Dang.
that's crazy.
That's sad.
That's
I didn't expect that. I'm sorry.
That'd be
yeah,
sad,
They were all
bruh.
good.
That's so
That'd be
good.
But it's just, Fire Emblem fans have been asking just for the entire collection for so long.
Oh,
Because
gosh.
games like Ike's series, Path Radiance and Radiant Dawn, if you look how much to buy those in physical, it's like $500
What?
for a pre-owned copy.
Oh.
That's cool. That's cool. You know.
So yeah,
It
no.
is almost impossible to get these games without putting on your pirate hat.
So yeah, no, Mario
Time to
Day was
cross the
yesterday. It
seven
was
seas.
great. We got a Super Mario Movie 2 announcement. A lot of stuff, a lot of Mario games are on set, which actually it was raises a question for all of you.
Ooh.
What is your favorite Mario game that you've ever played?
Oh, I have a list.
I think you could probably guess mine based off this
Oh, I
discussion.
guess based on what he said.
So yeah,
Yeah.
no, okay. So Gerald's is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
It's just peak.
Mine would actually have to be the most recent mainline Mario game, which was Super Mario Brothers Wonder. It was one of the only Mario games that I actually really got into. Honestly, I didn't really get into too much, which I know is kind of a hot take because I know it's one of the better 3D Mario games of all time.
Probably
That's probably
has the
because
crown.
I didn't finish it, and it's probably also recency biased. But like, no, I just love the what's the word? The mechanics of Wonder. I just think it's a really good, and it's fun. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have a list, but I'm
list?
gonna dumb it down to like categories, I guess. Mainline, I would also say Mario Wonder because that game was really good. I was a day one player, played through like the entire game, beat it within like a day.
Dang.
It was
Alright.
it's fun, especially online. I was playing with my friends and we were just like, "Yo, let's go!" It was really great. Spin-offs? I don't really have a favorite spin-off though. I wouldn't. Would the Mario Luigi games count as spin-offs?
Yes.
Yes.
All
they
right,
would,
then
yeah.
basically the entirety of almost all the games in the series, except for Paper Jam. Let that thing die.
Do you have a favorite 3D Mario game?
I did. Oh yeah, 3D Mario game. I think Mario 3D World would take it.
3D World. Okay, I
Possibly?
just got that. I just got that on my 3DS. It's pretty good. I haven't
Yeah.
finished it, but it's really good.
It's fun.
I've been meaning to actually want to replay Super Mario Galaxy, which I heard.
That's
Oh,
actually my
yeah.
favorite
That's
Mario.
actually-
Mario Galaxy
Yeah.
1
Yeah.
and 2 were
I never
really
got.
I
I
played
never
with
got
my
to
cousins.
finish it. I had it on my Wii, but I never got to finish it. No, that's because like I was young and I was stupid and I didn't know what to do in the game.
Oh yeah.
I was just walking across this world like, what am I doing here? I'm just waving my Wii remote. And it's like, what am I doing? Oh man, but it was a lot. It was still a lot of fun though. I enjoyed it. I need to replay it on Switch though. Whenever I get the chance to get Super Mario 3D All Stars at some point. Also, Mario and Sunshine and
Super Mario 64.
yes, I need to play those.
I love Super Mario 64 speed runs. Oh, that
Oh,
is
they're
a
so
trip
cool
to
to
watch. That and Super Monkey Ball.
Oh.
That's not a Mario game.
I
You're
know,
off
but
game.
watch the
Okay,
speed runs.
okay,
Watch
that's
the
good,
speed
He was
that's
talking
good.
about Fire Emblem for a few minutes, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
it's
like,
okay, it's okay. Wish list for Mario Movie 2?
I don't even know.
Let's just hope that Yoshi's a good character. They post credit scene. They were
gonna be a minion.
hinting on
It's
Yoshi's
gonna be a
appearance.
minion. It's
Oh,
just
that-
gonna be a minion.
Yeah,
If
they
they
basically
do that,
are the
I'm going to
minions.
cry. I don't want everything to be a minion now. I'm going to cry if they massacre Yoshi.
I don't know how it would have. What I hope they kind of don't do is like a Baby Mario kind of story. I don't know when Yoshi. Maybe they will do that. I don't know. Something with like Baby Mario and Yoshi. Maybe a backstory on that. I don't know.
Well, then we would just have to call the movie Yoshi's Island instead of
That'd
a
be
Mario
kinda cool,
movie,
though.
huh?
Maybe
I would want just make Wario the bad guy for this one.
Oh, please.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Please.
Wario and
Wario-
Luigi. That'd be
Yeah.
Yes! Let them have a limelight.
And
Let
give,
them be villains.
Give Luigi a bigger role, right? The first movie, he was kind of just there.
Yeah, people were
He was
hinting
the
about like
damsel
a
in distress.
Luigi's Mansion like thing going on there in
Yeah.
that movie too.
Ooh, that'd
That'd be
be
cool.
nice.
That'd be kind
That'd
of
be
cool.
really cool.
Put Mario in the backseat for that one. Let Luigi take the wheel.
That may be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can tie in some Luigi Mansion plot. Maybe have King Boo play a nice role.
You could put Daisy in it.
Yeah.
You could.
I worry she would be too much like Peach because movie Peach is basically Daisy, but you know, you can alter Daisy to be different enough.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I want Pauline to have a bigger role too. I know she was just reduced to a cameo, but I'm like, I love Pauline. Let her have some more limelight, please.
So yeah, no, this is kind of off track, but I do want to see Nintendo make more movies with their video game characters.
Yeah.
Not exclusively Illumination, because Illumination does some good work with like funnier characters like Mario and all that stuff, and Donkey Kong and all that stuff. I'm waiting for the Zelda film.
Yo, same.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Same.
I don't know if they confirmed I don't know if they confirmed Illumination was doing that. If they are, I hope they do it justice. I don't know yet, but
I thought it was going to be live action.
was it? Well, I don't know if it's gonna be
I
animated or live
can't
action.
wait for 1,000 Twitter posts screaming, Tom Holland Link! Tom
So
Holland
true.
Link!
Oh no! I don't
So
want-
true.
He wouldn't talk though. He'd just be like, yeah.
Yeah, he just makes noises.
They will make him talk.
They will find a way.
CDI Link.
He'd be like,
CDI Link!
Give me
Oh,
CDI Link.
Wait.
sick.
I'd be
Like
I'd be
show
happy.
Link. Oh boy, smooching time.
Yeah.
But no, thinking about it now, what
excuse
storyline would they do
me,
for Zelda if they were
princess.
doing a Zelda film?
They'd probably be safe and do Ocarina of Time.
That'd
If
be
they
good.
did- or Breath of the Wild, either or.
I kind of want a darker theme. Do Majora's Mask.
No, they wouldn't do dark for the
Or Twilight
first one.
Princess. That's
For the first one,
no,
I
I don't know about
think
Twilight
they would
Princess, but
Well,
yeah.
hold on, because Twilight Princess still has a large following
True.
for many reasons.
It got remade 3 times.
It got remade 3 times. It's a
Wait,
it's a safe
seriously?
bet. It's
Did
a
they
pretty
remake it
good
for
bet.
Switch? I don't know if they did.
No.
No, it's only been 2 times. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2
I
times,
thought.
2
Oh
times,
man,
2 times.
if it was on Switch, I would have saw it.
I would have brought
I'm
that
surprised
thing
it's
in a
not on
heartbeat.
Switch yet, though.
If they wanted something more comical, they can dive into something like
Wind
Waker, Four Swords Adventure.
Ooh,
Oh,
that'd be a good one.
definitely.
Minish Cap.
Yeah.
Minish Cap was good.
You could do any of those games if you wanted. If you did want to hire Illumination, they should do those movies.
Yeah.
An
Phantom
interesting one
Hourglass?
also would be Skyward Sword for our story. That'd
Yeah,
be
for
kinda-
the very beginning of the actual timeline.
Oh,
that'd be
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yes.
Skyward Sword would
Okay,
make the
that-
most sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would if you're going chronologically.
Because the beginning of the
yeah.
story is actually kind of like a decent.
It's very
Yeah, it'd be
important.
It
good
still
for-
baffles me
yeah.
that Skyward Sword's like literally the beginning game.
Yeah, because that was the original Link and Zelda. And Groose. My boy Groose.
Did people ever figure out where Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were fit in the
Everything.
timeline?
It was
It's-
at
It was
the
in
end.
every-
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
at the
end
end
of every route,
Like, the timelines converge into Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
weird in my opinion.
Well,
Because
be-
there's so many different events that happen in each line, and just like, oh, yep, it's at the end, Breath of the Wild.
Well,
I'm
it's
like,
so much in the future
okay.
that they didn't really want to confirm anything. That's why.
Also, it makes
Ah.
sense. They just don't care about the
yeah.
timeline.
At
like
this
fans
point,
do.
yeah.
I mean, if I was to place Breath of the Wild anywhere, it'd probably be the adult timeline, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Didn't Link die in the adult timeline, or I'm thinking of a different one?
There's like a failed timeline.
Yeah.
There's three different timelines.
There's
Yeah,
3.
the failed timeline, adult timeline, child timeline. So like, I don't know. Who cares?
The
right?
timeline's confusing.
It
It
is
is.
very. You need to look at the graph.
Yeah.
Graph, which is probably wrong.
Yeah, most likely.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
Especially
watching-
now.
The other day,
Yeah.
I was watching like this whole time. It's an old timeline, but it was a Zelda timeline with like it was disgusting. It was disgusting. Like
So
it was
true.
disgusting. It was disgusting. Like all 3 timelines, and I watched the whole thing, and I was so like into it. And it was pretty good. I enjoyed it so much. It was really.
So we didn't really talk about this game, but since we're on the topic of Legend of Zelda, I would simply like to say Tears of the Kingdom shoulda, woulda, coulda been better.
I never finished it yet, but
Same here.
I don't know. Even if I didn't finish it yet, I still enjoy Breath of the Wild better. In my opinion.
I've never played Breath of the Wild.
I still haven't played Tears of the Kingdom.
I think retreading a Hyrule that you got like so in-depthly familiar with for a second time was not necessary. I understand why they did it because Breath of the Wild is so grossly popular. It was such a smash success, especially for the Switch.
I mean, it was the first game on the Switch, was it not?
It was like
Yes.
the first big
Mhm.
Yeah,
game,
exactly.
that and Mario Odyssey.
But like,
Mario Odyssey was
you know,
good.
I just feel like Tears of the Kingdom maybe should have done more things different. But
Perhaps.
you know, maybe the next Zelda game's gonna move away from the Breath of the Wild type stuff.
Maybe.
Give us a new link.
Yeah,
That'll
New
be
link
interesting.
in the chain.
perhaps.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wonder what that one's title would be.
A link in the chain.
A link in the
No link in
chain.
the chain. That'd be funny.
That would actually cut it.
That's actually good.
Wait, you might. Okay, you might be
link in
cooking
the
there.
chain.
Actually.
That'd actually be
He
funny.
fixes the timeline.
Yes.
Instead of the master sword, it's a monkey wrench.
That was so good.
Modern day link.
So true.
Oh
good.
my god.
Oh man. Well, yeah, we kind of strayed from the topic again.
Yeah.
At
But
this
yeah.
point, this is natural for
Yeah.
us.
This is now the
It
topic.
just happens in
Yeah,
podcasts.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, Mario was yesterday. Movies coming out. They had a lot of stores having a bunch of sales on Mario games. Actually, like a bunch, like Best Buy and Target were having a bunch of sales on the games. It was,
Yeah.
True.
it's great. It was awesome. So speaking on the topic of games, a certain game remake got a very anticipated DLC. Ryan,
Here we
Yeah.
go.
These three are just gearing up. I see
All
Ryan
right.
popping the shoulders.
There we go.
I gotta get my opinions out.
So
Me too. Let me look through my phone of list of opinions, I must
the
say.
greatest game developer of all time, Atlas, just announced for.
I don't know about
wait a
that
minute,
one
wait a minute,
now.
wait a
Wow,
minute.
let's
This
chill
is
out.
there's a little bit of satire here, but like, they announced for Persona 3 Reload. Well, they announced an expansion pass that's coming out.
I have
tomorrow,
opinions
actually.
on that.
They're coming
Me
out.
too.
It's coming out tomorrow, actually, too.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
But
The first part
in
of it.
September of this year, they announced. They didn't announce. They're releasing a DLC called The Answer.
Yeah. They changed the name for it.
They
Yes,
did.
they
Igus
did.
Story.
They changed it to episode Igus, I think.
Yeah,
Episode
Igus.
Igus.
Yeah.
What do you
For
guys
some
think?
reason.
Okay, so Ryan, go off on that.
Okay, so playing FPS.
Right.
I know what happens already. I'm not saying anything.
Sure.
But my opinion on The Answer is they just wanted to shoehorn it in to add two things. Well, to do two things. To add another a character similar to Igus that makes it so Igus as a protagonist feels more natural. And two, to stop people from arguing over if Dorkun did the right thing. If Makoto did the right thing
Oh my gosh,
in what he did.
that's funny.
And to show the connection between Elizabeth and Makoto and Elizabeth's future story. I think the answer necessary to an extent. The gameplay was horrible. I hated playing through the answer because it was
There's a lot of combat, right?
It was just okay. You both played the answer already? No, you haven't.
I haven't.
Okay.
I have.
Do you?
I watched the playthroughs of it. I never fully played.
Okay,
it.
so you know what happens already.
A little
Yes.
bit, yeah.
Okay, you know that you fight the rest of C's. You know that, right?
Yes, and that was annoying.
Oh,
as
well, my
absolute.
bad. But you fight C's.
Nice.
I'm not telling you
Nice
the
spoiler.
reason. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, spoiler warning.
Spoiler free.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the
you
answer's
fight
been out
C's
already,
for a reason. You play as Igus. That was shown in the trailer.
Yeah.
You find her, because her sister, the black-haired robot,
Menace.
comes.
Menace.
Yeah, I don't care about her name. She's a horrible character.
That's fair, I guess.
Okay.
I felt she was always useless.
That's exactly. But Igus and her sister, you figure out the story of the aftermath and the effects of Makoto's decision, and you fight and talk with C's about a lot of different topics through their that you learn through their social links about like their personality and what they're going to do in the future. Again, gameplay, not that good. It was just a lot of combat, not that much dialogue. And the dialogue that was there was not that good. But also, just outside of the answer, Igus story, whatever the hell they're calling it now, I don't like that they're having costume packs and BGM packs. Like, just that. For the BGM pack comes out first, and then you gotta wait a month for the costume pack,
And you
and you gotta wait
a few
a few months for the Igus side story. That's ridiculous.
That is pretty crazy.
I have no idea
But,
what a
yeah.
persona is. However,
Start with 5 or reload.
I will say this. funny baseball man and his golf girlfriend are my
God,
life.
GF Chidori, my girl.
Oh my
That's
god.
not your girl. That's his girl.
No, it's my girl.
No.
No, we're not doing this
girl.
again.
Like
That's
that.
my
We're not
girl.
doing this again.
No,
Okay,
that's
no,
my
stop.
girl. Chidori, best girl.
Stop.
You know what's
Junpei the man.
You know what's funny? I just learned this. There was like a scene where like Chidori and Junpei were in like this hospital room. I don't know if it was a hospital room or something or not.
They probably
And
were.
the doc
It could be.
and the doctor. Well, the girl's name was Chidori, right?
Yeah.
The girl. Then this doctor comes in,
Oh yeah.
but who's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, aka who voiced Sasuke. So I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yuri
I was like, the
Lowenthal
connection-
was also the original voice for Makoto.
I know.
Yes.
I was like, what? This is
Here's the
crazy.
thing,
He's a few
though, which I
characters.
like about Reload, though. Despite the new voice actors, I think majority of the old OG voice actors are still in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
what's
are.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're different characters. Yeah.
Yeah, minor roles, but it's just like that touch of originality is still in there.
The funniest thing for me is Akihiko's new voice actor, Alejandro Saab. If people know his old voice actor, Liam O'Brien voices the police officer that Akihiko always talks to. So
Yeah.
Akihiko's talking to Akihiko.
That's actually hilarious.
I
You know,
will say.
hold on, wait.
Yeah?
I do want to say one thing.
Yep.
The one thing that made me a little mad about the answer is that one, it was DLC.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
I thought that should have been the idea for Royal. Persona 5 the Royal.
yeah.
I wanted that to be the case, but that wasn't the case. You had to buy a separate game.
Yes.
So the fact that they're just making a DLC for it is actually a really good thing.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And from what I heard, this is what I heard just now, the DLC is going to be $35.
So you're basically paying almost over $100 for this whole thing.
Almost, yeah.
That-
If you pay
100.
full price for the game and
And then the
and
DLC,
the
you're
DLC,
paying
that's
over $100.
$105.
That's
Yep.
not worth it.
To be
But you're
honest,
getting a lot
it's
of
not
it's a
worth
lot
it
of
in my
it's
eyes
a lot of
either.
hopefully it's a lot of content. I don't know.
Yeah, but
No, but
the answer is really short.
and
That's the
again,
problem.
you're not only getting an answer, you're getting a costume pack, which should have been in the game in the first place, and then music that again shouldn't have been in the game in the first place.
I disagree with that.
What do you mean?
Because in the original Persona 5, you had to buy all that.
Yeah, you had to buy.
Oh
all
yeah,
that.
you're right.
You had to buy all that.
I
And
didn't
in
play the original
Persona 4
5.
didn't have a DLC because it was a...
And that's why
The Vita
Persona.
game.
And that's why Persona 4
the
Golden will
PlayStation 2.
forever be the perfect Persona game.
I do. Yeah,
That's an R. That's a take.
that is a
Oh,
very much
that's
a
a
take.
take I'll fight for.
One thing I will say though, I wish Alice made if they're gonna make any more remakes for 5. Or maybe even
I hope they
3.
never do.
Well, they will.
No.
I think Tactica's be the last. But if
Yeah.
they did, I would
Let
love
it
them.
be the last.
I would love them to do a fighting game. Though.
Yes. That I
That'll be
agree
kind
with.
of sick
Yes.
because they did
If they make
Ultima.
it-
They did Persona 4 Ultima
Arena
Arena
Ultimax,
Ultimax.
which people
Yes.
love.
You guys remember that weird, like, I think maybe Capcom game where it was like, you had Yakuza characters. You
Oh,
had
Project X.
Tekken. Yeah,
Project X.
they should do
Project
that.
Yes.
That'd
Like,
be interesting.
Let the Persona cast, interact with non-Persona people and see what happens.
I'm sorry. That's Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Oh,
That's the
oh,
thing.
yeah.
I'm sorry to tell
Cross
you.
Tag
I'm sorry. That's
Technically
Blaze
does
Blue Cross Tag.
We've played it.
I know, but that's Blaze Blue
But
Cross
I want
Tag.
dialogue.
No.
I
You want a story?
further-
You're asking too much.
I'm gonna keep playing Zone.
How about this? Then?
I'll still hate you.
How
Yeah.
about
That's
this
so
then?
good.
We like a fighting game with all of the Persona teams, not just from 3, 4, and 5,
But from
1 and 2,
1 and 2 don't
as well.
exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 and 2 don't
Shut!
exist.
I don't
Not in
care.
Atlas
It
style.
was-
it's like the Mandela effect. It's like it doesn't exist. I don't think we exist.
Atlas
Those
will not
are
make me
SMT
forget.
games, not Persona games. Keep them out.
I'm very confused. As someone not in the know about Persona, I don't understand why 1 and 2 don't exist.
It's because
Exactly.
from Persona 3 onward they changed the formula. So Persona 1, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, and Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, they were more SMT games, Shin Megami Tensei games. You didn't have the wild card protagonist who could summon any persona.
Nope.
All the characters had their own personas that would evolve, and you could. And I think in 2 you could equip other personas to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But the stories were so vastly different to how it's structured in 3, 4, and 5 that they don't really reference. They have like small references, but they don't outright reference the games. And and a lot of Persona merchandise and stuff, you don't really see them.
but why?
Why?
Exactly.
Because I don't know, honestly.
'Cause that's
they
like
were
saying-
never released. Well, they were released in the West, but on the PSP.
But it's like, oh, why would Game Freak ever care about Gen 1? It's a buggy mess of a game.
Yeah.
You know, the sprites are weird even for
Wonky,
the time.
yeah.
You know, nah, just ignore Gens 1 and 2. Just, start with 3. But that doesn't happen. So, like, what's the deal? What's the disconnect?
It's the only JRPG series that I can think of that does this, because like even the big greats like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, the Legend of Heroes series, they want you to start at the very beginning. Persona, they don't. Even Atlas doesn't really want you to start at 1 and 2, because when Reload came out, Atlas said you should start here. This is a great start to the Persona series. Start with Reload.
That and 5.
Yeah, and 5 Royal when Royal came out. It was like, start here. Please start here. They just disregard 1 and 2.
Is it because are they not high schoolers in 1 and 2?
No,
They are high schoolers.
In the only one they're not high schoolers in is in 2 Eternal Punishment, but that's the sequel to the high school version of it.
Yeah.
So
When
I
they screw up.
again fail to understand
I don't
the
know.
disconnect. I don't know.
I can't tell you.
He's asking the real
Atlas
questions.
makes
Yeah, he's actually
And
pretty.
yet,
yeah,
the
yeah,
game,
some
the
real
answer, will not answer that question.
no.
Oh,
No,
that was
no.
good. Oh man,
I'm
That's
just
what I'm here
sad,
for.
though. I'm
Just
just sad. I love Persona 1 and 2.
Persona 1 was a game. Sorry, I know I can't say that, but it was a bad game.
It was
Bad game. 2, oh, my bad. I hit the mic. 2, good. Good cast, good mechanics, good story, everything.
Listen, if
stuff.
zombies
plot-
existed in this world, I don't care if it's been like 40 years. People better still be talking about it.
The plot
You
for
would
Persona
hope,
1 is
but it's-
confusing to explain.
Exactly. It's not a good game. That's what I'm
It
saying.
is a
Fair
good
enough.
game. I like it.
No, it is not a good game. You like the range mechanics in Persona 1? That
No.
was so annoying to deal with.
That's one blight. That's
That
only
was the
one
main
blight.
combat.
I know,
That
but
will
was
say-
the main combat.
about 3. About
I
Reload.
went numb to it, okay?
About Reload, it is funny to see some people like in gameplay. They just like miss like this. You know, how, like you're trying to attack like a shadow. You're just like you're trying to press a certain button to attack them, and they just miss the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
I love those clips, and they get disadvantaged. It's so funny.
So does Persona have that accuracy check then?
They have a hidden accuracy check
Yeah, a
based
little
on
bit.
your agility
Oh,
stats.
ew.
But agility gets really high, and you could buff it really easy, so you won't miss that often unless you get your agility debuff.
Is it Fire Emblem bad?
No, it's
Oh,
not Fire
no,
Emblem
it's not
XCOM
that
bad.
bad.
It is
All
not
right.
that bad. You will hit a majority of your moves, especially spells and stuff. Physical attacks have a higher affinity to miss, but not that often.
Why?
Why? Because physical attacks can crit.
Oh.
Magic attacks cannot.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't
You know,
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I did not know that.
If I see a fireball coming at me, I would anticipate that I can't dodge. But if someone's throwing a fist like 2 feet in
Hold
front
up.
of me,
Hold up a
I gotta be
second.
pretty agile to dodge.
Hey.
Hold up a
What's up-
second.
Sky,
hold
thank
on,
you very
wait,
much.
wait,
What?
Angel,
I
what's up?
just realized something.
What?
The Atlas hasn't forgot about Persona and Persona 2. I played Royal recently, and I was like, these costume
The
names
costumes,
look familiar.
yeah.
Yeah, they reference the costumes.
Yeah, they do. They have packs, but
Well-
I'm talking about the games, not.
Yeah,
that's why I
no,
said
those are like
minor
Easter
references.
eggs.
Yeah, that's
I
really-
don't care.
I was saying minor
I'll
references.
Take,
Yeah.
I don't care. I'll take what little they give.
Did
I'll
you
take.
play Reload?
Huh?
Did you play Reload?
Oh wait, they did.
No.
Oh, wait, wait,
They
wait.
Maya
did-
and Tatsuya
Yeah, they
are
have-
in the,
Oh, I
are
forgot about
referenced
that.
along
They
with
reference-
along with
they
the school in
reference through a
Persona
school-
2.
they
It's
reference
called
through a social
Innocent
link.
Sin
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
I have not played Persona
Oh,
Reload.
well,
so
it was
I don't
in
really
it was
know.
in FES also.
I
And
completely forgot
portable.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in
It's
FES
been a
and
minute
portable
since
also.
I played.
Yo, speaking of portable
It's been a
though,
minute.
they did. Alice did announce that FemC was not a possible.
No,
Oh no!
I don't think they're
You're
ever putting
preparing a war.
FemC in there due to the amount of effort they need to put her in.
'Cause
They
it's
need to
different
redo-
dialogue, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need to
Different
redo
dialogue.
social links.
Yeah.
They need to get a VA for her. They
Mm-hmm.
need to do assets, new model, new
Mm-hmm.
everything to add FemC to so
Even
much
a
effort.
Yeah,
even
just
a
make
new
her-
Orpheus.
Just make her gay.
No, they did that. In
Oh, they did
portable.
that?
They did that in portable.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, you,
Good for them.
Yeah, you could have
So-
same-sex relationships in
So
portable.
why?
yeah.
So why
Why
would they
can't we
need to
do that?
redo the dialogue?
Why can't they redo the dialogue? Because Atlas is, I'm pretty sure they don't want to stick to Persona 3. They want to go back to Persona 5 and keep milking it.
Or maybe.
They
just-
Or Persona
milked it
6.
enough.
Or
Which I
cross
hope
your
that's what
hard
they're doing now.
Persona 6.
I hope we get a new Persona game.
What if we get Persona 8 and it's crossover between 3 and 5?
That'd be cool.
That'd be
That
interesting.
exists already. Persona Q2. technically.
Oh yeah, Q2 had 3, 4, and 5, but that wasn't really.
It kind
The
of
Q
is
games
a crossover.
it was a crossover.
Q
You're
games are
correct.
weird.
What
The
are
Q
the
games
Q
aren't.
games?
So,
Okay.
do you know the Atlas series Entry and Odyssey?
No.
No? Okay, so
Okay.
it's a dungeon crawler where you map out the map yourself.
Oh.
It's
And you
those
have-
games.
Yeah, you have a front line and a back line. It's the same exact game, but Persona.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the cat in...
I've heard of it.
In Q1, you have 4, 3, and
3.
4. And then in Q2, you have 3, 4, and 5.
If there's one game that I hope they milk, is that one, because I kind of want an English dub of Q2. That game was never
There is an
dubbed.
English... There
No.
is.
No, there wasn't.
I thought
No,
there
it
was.
wasn't. It was always subbed. It's not dubbed.
it's
No
always subbed.
English voice
I could have
actors.
sworn... Oh, no, I had an English... I had a patch, that's why.
Ah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was a fan patch where they dubbed...
Really?
Wait,
it,
they
yeah.
dubbed it?
Yeah. It
I
was...
thought it was an English translation.
No, it was an English translation, and I found one that had... They tried dubbing
That's
it.
actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
You gotta share it.
I don't know where it is.
Dang it.
If I can find it, I'll send it. But
Please do. I'm curious.
the English translation patch is pretty easy to find.
It's really helpful.
There
Well-
is. Do you have one last thing to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say they did. I have seen back on FemC. They did have some like mods that are actually putting in.
Yeah.
FemC.
Yeah, they did
They're
the model
working.
change and the UI
And
change.
they're actually, it's actually looks pretty decent in my for a fan
For a
fan
fan
mod.
one,
That's actually
that-
kind of sick.
yeah, like 3 weeks into the game cycle or like something like that, like a month or two.
Seriously,
Yeah.
the model
It was
is
pretty
if the
good, yeah.
company ain't gonna do it, let the fans do it.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
So before we close off today, I have a final surprise topic because I learned about this morning and I cannot hold it in.
Oh.
Ooh.
So how do you guys feel about gimmick food?
Gimmick
Because
food.
Gimmick
Konami in Japan
Oh, I know what
has
you're talking about.
released the Winged Dragon of Raw hot dog, Obelisk the Tormentor hamburger, and Slifer the Sky Soda.
I know what you're
That's
talking about.
Okay,
I've seen that
what?
this morning as
And
well.
it got me thinking, why don't we as a culture, as Americans, have more gimmicky food for our pop culture icon?
Didn't McDonald's do like a McDonald's thing where they have this certain sauce or like it's like a literally like a little.
But did that come to America?
Yeah. Oh no, it's here. Yeah.
It's here?
Yeah. Like you can literally go to McDonald's. You get it's like a certain like designed bag or like it's like a manga panel of like a bag.
All right, never mind.
yeah.
I'm going to McDonald's today.
And then
yeah,
they
I
have
know
a
what he's
certain, like,
talking about.
sauce that you get with like if you order like a 10-piece nugget, you get like a certain like chili sauce.
The reasoning behind that whole thing is kind of weird to me because they're referencing a lot of anime that plays on McDonald's. But the reason why it's called McDonald's is because copyright reasons. So there'll be like animes. I can't think of any,
There's
but just
Devil
Devil's
was
a
a
part-timer.
Yes,
He literally
That's
worked
what-
He worked
in a
at
That's one of my
McDonald's.
guilty pleasure
Okay,
animes.
then-
I'm not gonna lie.
That's mine too.
Yeah, I watched
That's a
that.
lot of people.
I watched that, bro. It's good.
Well, thank you for that one.
That's-
There it
that's
is.
the
Oh my
big
God.
one.
All right, and with that, I think we're.
I think we're- yeah, that was
I
actually
think
We
we're
were
good.
good
yeah.
for this.
That was good, guys.
So-
Very good conversation.
Yep.
We talked a lot of controversial things.
I
We
got
might have-
flamed today for no reason. I was
think it
speaking the
pretty
truth.
Respectable.
Speaking the truth.
That's so good.
Speaking the truth.
No.
They hated me
Anyway,
because I was right.
That's so good, though.
close things off. You know, I've been your host, Gerald, accompanied by these fellow people, and we have been Player versus Podcast. Signing off.
See you guys.
See
Bye.
ya.
Laters.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.